name is Marian Foster, your interviewer for the BBC program, The Mind is a Terrible Thing. Tonight, we are coming to you live from our studios in Keswick, Blenheim, Snidwalkham on Avon. Additionally, our program is being beamed via satellite to over 300 million people all around the world. Isn't that special? Our topic this evening is fear and how we overcome it. My guests this evening are an overcomer and a world-renowned therapist who led to her complete recovery. Let me first introduce the overcomer. Her name is Chastity Sexauer. She has conquered the ravages of agoraphobia. She was a hopeless victim of this dread affliction for over 14 years. And now she sits with us this evening as a completely cured and whole human being. Chastity, please tell our 300 million viewers how you're feeling this evening. Very good. Now, let me introduce to you our therapist, the world-renowned, highly regarded, universally respected, decorated Fellow of the College of Physicians, Order of the Garter, Sisterhood of St. Tewkesbury, Defender of the Faith, and beloved Dr. Claire Freaks, MD, PhD, QRST, XYZ, and FACS. Tell me, Claire.
It's Doctor.
Oh yes, Doctor. Tell me, Doctor, you have been credited with the discovery of 15,000 ways to find peace and happiness and freedom from nervous suffering. Could you please tell our viewers some of the ways this can be accomplished?
I don't think so.
Very good. Perhaps then you could please describe for us the symptoms of a panic attack.
Yes, I'd be most pleased to discuss the symptoms of a panic attack. It is the most abysmal feeling, you say. I've been dealing with this problem for, I'd say 40 years.
Yes?
And I love people. I love people. I was a general practitioner before I went into the profession of counseling, so I love people, truly love them. And one of the most obvious manifestations of a panic attack is an exhibition of profusely sweating palms. And of course, Chastity here is completely recovered. She doesn't experience this any longer. And we're most pleased with the success that we've had with Chastity in that she no longer has sweaty palms. Another one of the really more insidious symptoms is an increased heartbeat, a rapid heartbeat. The victim feels as though her heart is going to burst forth from her chest. It's just beating as fast as it can be, almost as if it's faster than pitter-patter. Yes, it's
No.
Yes, of course, again, Chastity is completely cured. This is no longer a problem with her. One of the most significant episodes that Chastity had was that of hyperventilation.
Hyperventilation?
Hyperventilation, yes. Extremely rapid breathing, almost to the point where she would black out, just completely. Yes, but again, through my methods of teaching her to accept what was happening to her body and going with the flow of the attack, it was we've just achieved remarkable success with her. Yes, and of course then there was the problem which many of my patients have exhibited. I don't quite understand it, but it's an inability to swallow. As though there were a golf ball.
A golf ball?
A golf ball that was lodged in the throat approximately halfway in between. It wouldn't go up. It wouldn't go down.
No.
And the victim would begin to choke. Another one of the problems that we it's all right, Lydia. Another one of the problems that we've dealt with again most successfully was the victim in the midst of the panic attack, when the body became totally rigid, Suddenly the arms and legs would go totally limp. It most
Totally live.
totally, yes. And after that, sometimes the victim would actually experience brief but intense bouts of incontinence. Of course, this can be most devastating, particularly when the phobic is beginning to expand horizons and leave her safe place, go out into a public place where people are watching, and suddenly this overwhelming desire to urinate, it was most remarkable. Another one of the symptoms that we've dealt with was nausea. The victim, in the final moments of the attack, would just experience an overwhelming, in fact, overpowering desire to vomit.
What was this terrible throwing up?
Yes, it was.
Puking.
No, it was throwing up. Throwing up, yes. Thank God she's recovered from all of that. But those are some of the more common symptoms of the attack.
Yes, I see. Another of the more fascinating aspects of your work has been the manifestation of obsessions.
Yes.
Perhaps you could tell us one of your experiences in dealing with this unusual disorder.
Well, obsessions are a relatively new phenomenon in the field of psychotherapy. I am a leader in first the identification of obsessions and ultimately in the cure of them. For example, one of the indeed most peculiar obsessions was the overwhelming fear of swallowing a spoon.
Now, doctor, was this a tablespoon or a teaspoon? What type of spoon?
Oh no, I mean it was in fact a very large spoon, one that was perhaps even the size of a ladle, and the victim would actually fear that the entire spoon, up to the very end of the handle, would become lodged in her throat and cause her to choke.
Very peculiar. Very peculiar.
And then, of course, another one of the rarer obsessions was dealt with bunnies.
Bunnies? Rabbits?
Yes, bunny rabbits. The obsession was most peculiar in that the patient imagined, of course there was nothing there, but the patient imagined that a bunny was running across the table in front of her. There was nothing there at all, but she was just absolutely convinced that the house was overrun with rabbits.
Yes, but
Yeah, there's nothing there, I'm telling you.
doctor, were there any
You're
other...
cured. You're cured. You need not worry about it. It's not there. You don't see a thing. Then one obsession that I do recall, frankly with a tremendous amount of trepidation, was the obsession of hammering the therapist with a hammer.
With a hammer?
With a hammer, yes. The patient was overwhelmed with a passion for killing her therapist with a hammer. Fortunately, we were able to deal with this, and quite successfully.
How dreadful.
One of the most more peculiar obsessions was one in which the patient imagined that she was hearing animal sounds.
Animal sounds?
Yes, animal sounds.
That's peculiar. Now, doctor, was this sort of a barnyard fowl that she would hear?
It was really a number of different creatures. Fowl, barnyard creatures, barnyard fowl, even creatures who lived in the forest.
Really?
Yes, it was most peculiar.
Were they
Of course,
whimsical creatures or just...
no, some of them were rather nasty, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yes. But we've been able to deal with that. So I believe that she is now finally completely cured.
Wonderful. I see. Chastity, surely you are filled with gratitude over your astonishing and, dare I say it, miraculous cure. I know that you are bursting to tell our audience or your rapture over your renewed mental health. Very good. At this juncture, we should tell our viewers that Dr. Freaks has appointed Charlotte Rudeau as scintillating and incessant psychotherapist in the States as her personal representatives for the purpose of distributing her new videotape, 1001 Uses for a Catatonic Phobic. And, by the by, we also understand that it is Charlotte's birthday, so happy birthday, Charlotte.
Happy birthday